Starmer gets crushed with terrible news on Wednesday. And not just one blow, but two. Actually, make that three. Let's start with the first. The chaos surrounding the grooming gang inquiry has gone from bad to worse. Earlier today, Keir Starmer tried to defend the inquiry in the House of Commons, insisting that everything's under control. But behind the scenes, it's anything but. 4 survivors have now resigned from the liaison panel, and both potential inquiry chairs have pulled out. The latest to withdraw is Jim Gamble, the only remaining candidate left to lead the grooming gang inquiry. He's now stepped away, citing the growing disorder and controversy surrounding the entire process. A Home Office spokesperson called the grooming gang scandal one of the darkest chapters in Britain's history, adding that victims deserve nothing less than the truth. But the government admits it's disappointed that both candidates for chair have now withdrawn. Survivors, however, say the inquiry was doomed from the start. They claim Labour is trying to water it down, and that Jess Phillips showed a complete lack of empathy toward them. Many survivors didn't want Gamble as chair anyway, and with Annie Hudson gone, and now Gamble out too, the future of this inquiry looks uncertain. Campaigners like Maggie Oliver are demanding a foreign judge be appointed, someone independent who can ensure every stone is turned. But Keir Starmer has rejected the idea, saying it isn't necessary. So that's the first hit of the day. The grooming gang inquiry now has no chair, no credibility, and no clear direction. But let's move on to blow number 2, and this one hits the government's so-called stop the boats policy. Today, the number of illegal migrant arrivals in the UK officially passed last year's entire total, with 2 full months still to go. Border Force vessels brought in around 150 migrants to Dover this morning, pushing this year's total to over 36,886, already higher than 2024's 36,816. That means Starmer's flagship border policy isn't just failing, it's collapsing. Each arrival costs the taxpayer an estimated £40,000 a year in accommodation, meals, and support. Meanwhile, around 6,000 British veterans remain homeless on the streets. And just when you think it couldn't get any worse, it does. Blow number 3, the government's much-hyped one-in, one-out migrant deal with France has already fallen apart. One of the few people deported under that scheme has made it back to the UK, arriving once again by small boat. He claims France was unsafe, saying he was trafficked, abused, and threatened by smugglers while living there. The man told The Guardian that he feared for his life in Paris and described being forced to work by armed traffickers. Now he's back in Britain, proving the government's deal with France isn't worth the paper it's written on. So, to recap, Starmer's grooming gang inquiry is in chaos with no chair left standing. Illegal migrant arrivals have already smashed last year's total, and one of the few people deported under the new policy has returned to the UK. A triple blow for Keir Starmer, and it's only Wednesday afternoon.